Happy Saturday, everyone. You're all having a great day out there.
We got a party for a lifetime. No way it's time for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second, let me feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second, I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second, I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?
So rainy, girl.
You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Ready to put on their pearls.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause my
smile together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong, together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. But we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, pearls will light Justin's heart and your support. Together we will hold the fort. Nearly grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Last one.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the
Thank you,
like
Trigger.
and share the
Good night.
vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you
God,
all
Trigger,
for
thank
standing
you so
strong.
much, honey.
Together we
Thank you.
belong. Hit the like and share the vibe.
Thank you, Pickle
Clutch those
Meow.
pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, 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 my beautiful pearls. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is February 15th, 2025. It is currently 5:18 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour, everyone, my beautiful friends. Uh, I am having trouble. I don't know what's up with StreamYard right now. I usually go through and thank everybody who was like donating whenever they first came in, and it's not letting me pull it up. There's not even an option there right now, and I've tried to fix it a couple times. I want to thank Triggered. That is very, very generous of you, Miss Triggered. Thank you so very much, my friend. Really do appreciate that, my dear. If you received one of those, make sure you thank our dear Triggered. Really, really do appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much for your support, my dear friend, and thank you for being here a member for 10 months. Really, really do appreciate that, my love. Thank you so much, Triggered. And Angel, thank you so much, my dear. Best speaker I'm telling you to be blessed. Oh, thank you. Thank you, honey. Really do appreciate your sweet Angel. You're very kind to me. Thank you so very much, my dear. And I want to thank Maria. She, I don't, oh, there it is. Okay. Maria, thank you so much for, I think, renewing your membership there, my dear. Really do appreciate you, honey. Thank you so very much. Um, Means so much to me, my dear. And Gypsy, thank you so much, my dear. You are the best community of pearls. Thank you so much, honey. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I do apologize. Um, I don't know if I have like a bug or something, but it kind of comes and goes. I'm having hot flashes really bad. So the fan can't get close enough right now. It just kind of comes and goes, and I get a little, "Ugh," and then I'm fine after that. But hopefully we'll make it through here. A lot of people sick right now. A lot of people. It's not the flu or anything like that. Thank the Lord in heaven. It's just, something, something. But we'll make it through. Um, I always say, you know, I always say if I could make the dead look alive, I can make me look alive. So we get it one way or another. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, I used to work at a funeral home. That's the joke. That's the joke. It's probably is menopause. Probably is menopause. Um, all right. So we are going to be talking, guys. This is a very, very concerning case. Before that, I just saw someone said, "Has anyone talked to Seth?" He was in here at the beginning, and he just said hi to everyone. He's probably still listening. Uh, so there's that. Yeah. Thank you forever, Nikki. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Carol, it's the flu is really bad this year, but it'll be okay. Thank you, girl mom. Good to see you, honey. Guys, this case that we're going to be speaking about today is a very, very, very interesting one. There is a 16-year-old girl Sophia Franklin. She's pregnant, 3 or 4 months pregnant. 3 or 4 months pregnant. She is missing. I've been doing it, Don. Yes. She is 3 or 4 months pregnant. She is missing. Wait, yeah, I see. We've been digging since daylight. Yes. And she is pregnant with a 40-year-old man's by the 40-year-old man. And if that is not bad enough, this is the second time this 40-year-old man has impregnated a young girl. He's a predator. That's straight predator. He should have been arrested before, in my opinion. But here we go. Let me show you just who Sophia Franklin is. Maybe this will work better if I do it like this. Okay. This is Sophia Franklin. Right here. Right here is Sophia Franklin. And here is Gary Day. Why is he not in jail? Good question. Good question, right? He will be once he is found. Once he's found, you can bet your assets he will be up in the clink, which is where he should have been all along. So an Amber Alert has been issued for 16-year-old Sophia Franklin from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. She has been missing since February 2nd, 2025. 2 weeks, right? Nearly 2 weeks. Authorities believe she is with 40-year-old Gary Day, the alleged father of her unborn child. The pair may be traveling in a black 2014 Buick LaCrosse, possibly heading towards Arkansas. Gary Day faces charges of child abduction and enticement. Anyone with information is urged to contact law enforcement immediately. 16-year-old Sophia Franklin from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin remains ongoing her missing case. She's 3 to 4 months pregnant. She was last seen at her residence on February 2nd. Authorities believe she's with 40-year-old Day. Okay, the pair is believed to be okay. We got that part. Sophia's parents, Stephen and Leah Franklin, have expressed their anguish over the disappearance, describing it as, quote, torment, and emphasizing that her absence is felt every moment of the day. They urge anyone with information to contact law enforcement immediately. Authorities continue to follow up on numerous tips from the public, aiming to ensure Sophia's safe return. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Beaver Dam Police Department at area code 920-887-4612. You can also call the Amber Alert tip line, toll free 888-304-3999. 36. This is want to show you a few things. There is kind of a lot of confusion in this. There's a lot of overlapping things going on here. Now, let me just tell you that Sophia's family, they had ongoing issues with Sophia talking to people who she did not know online, and they had tried to restrict her phone and internet usage. They said at the time she had snuck out of the house. There's a complaint that stated in July of 2024, Franklin did not come home one night. She was not listed as missing because she was believed to be staying with friends and still going to work. Her parents were still in contact with her over the phone. In December, law enforcement in Arkansas contacted Franklin's parents, letting them know she was there. Police learned she was there after having contact with Mr. Day, the 40-year-old, the predator. The complaint stated Franklin admitted to the Arkansas police that she had told her parents that she was staying with a friend in Beaver Dam. She said she would rather be with Day than her family. Uh, Franklin said Mr. Day picked her up on July 29th and they arrived in Arkansas on August 1st. Franklin said her relationship became physical with Day, who then Franklin said her relationship became physical with Day when the two arrived in Arkansas because, quote, they knew it was illegal in Wisconsin and Illinois. Franklin's father said she is pregnant with Day's child. Franklin returned to Wisconsin, but the criminal complaint did not specify when. On January 31st, Franklin's parents caught her talking to who they believed was Day online and told police shortly after. Franklin's parents reported her missing on February 3rd. Her father sent police home surveillance video that showed a man who looked like Day walking near their home shortly before 8 a.m. that day. Franklin's sister saw the black Buick believed to be Day's vehicle parked one block south of their house at around 5:20 that morning on February 3rd. A vehicle matched the description, was also seen on Dot cameras traveling south on Highway 51 near Sun Prairie at 8:30 that morning. An arrest warrant was issued that day, according to online records. He has been charged with 2 counts of abducting a child and 2 counts of child enticement. We are still looking for these two, praying to God she has not been harmed. I pray to God. Um, all right. Now, bear with me. What was that? Someone's I don't know, but I mean, is there no like age of consent in Arkansas? Like, is there none? Because is that why they like moved to Arkansas? It's very, very strange. A couple things. If you do see Sophia, she wears glasses. She doesn't look pregnant right now, but she is. She has been dealing with hives on her arm, legs, and even face. Her eye makes this is a involuntary movement when she chews, right? So if you see her like at a restaurant or something, her eyes when she chews, it makes an involuntary movement. Um, what is it doing? She has been struggling with morning sickness. She has been she has been wearing a rose gold ring with pink heart-shaped gems on her left hand. Let me show you this what they may be in. Also, they are probably changing license plates at this point. The age of consent in Arkansas is 16 years old. This is the same as the age of consent in many other Western county or countries. In Arkansas, 7 years old can marry with paternal consent. So if she's 16, like there's not like an age range. You know what I mean? Like 16, is there not like a 4, 5, 6 year age range? You know what I mean? Like 16 and 40. Like that's bizarre. That's really bizarre. Angel's mama victim is under the age of 14. What did Angel mama say? 14. That's just crazy to me. Just absolutely crazy. Um so let me see here. It's going to try to I've got a timeline here, but let's take it over. She's got Facebook and stuff. Someone that worked with her said that she acted, and this really broke my heart when I heard this. Like, if someone, would talk to her or anything, uh, she would be kind of like timid, like she was going to get in trouble or afraid she was going to get in trouble. And I just, when you're 16 years old, you're highly impressionable, right? You're still a kid. Um, and you don't really know life at that point. So, all right, here we go. Credit goes to our friend Miss Nancy Grace. So glad Nancy covered this. Nancy Grace, link in description. Okay. All right, guys, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, as that will help push this out. We need people to see Sophia's face and the predator that is with her. Really, really bad. 2 weeks, that's a long time to be missing. That's a long time. Thank you so much, Maurice. Thank you, my dear. Really, really do appreciate that, honey. No reason needed. I appreciate all you do with integrity and dedication, Justin. I love across the mama. Thank you, Miss Maurice. Really do appreciate that, my dear. And tell Mama hello as well, please. And thank you both. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you so much. talk to his family members. I'm yes, hotels, motels, they could literally be anywhere. If you can share this to your Facebook, that would be even better as well. And hit that thumbs up, please.
A 40-year-old sex predator. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us.
A Wisconsin family desperately searching for answers as to the whereabouts of their missing teen. Where is Sophia Franklin?
Like so many parents, they think everything's fine. Their daughter making great grades in school, attending their little Baptist church with them every Sunday. Everything seems to be going along normally in their minds. And then this. Listen.
Tonight, there's an active Amber Alert for 16-year-old Sophia Martin Franklin in Arkansas, more than 700 miles from her home in Beaver Dam.
Yep, I was going to get to that. This guy has allegedly broken his 4-year-old femur. Yeah, I think it's 4-month-old. 4-month-old, from what I understand. That's what I read. It said 4 months. He said the leg got stuck in a drain. Remember, this guy impregnated another child, essentially, by what we can, under 18. So he has a child before he's with Sophia, and this 4-month-old baby's femur was broken. I hope they put this mother chicken under the jail. And I hope to God Sophia is okay.
Wisconsin. Sophia is 5'9", 186 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. The teenager, now missing a week, is believed to be traveling in a black 2014 Buick LaCrosse with Pennsylvania plate number KGW 518.
All right, look at this. Look at this car very closely. KGW 5186 Pennsylvania license plate. However, it's been changed out. They may be rotating. They may have a look for these black Buick LaCrosses, right? I don't see any specific identifying factors, like there's no stickers or anything that I'm aware of, but just try to remember the rims. It's got silver around it, like the windows here. The tailpipes and all that. Just kinda...
The driver, 40-year-old abductor Gary Day, the father of Sophia's unborn child.
You were first hearing the Beaver Dam Police Chief, John Kruziger, from our friends at WSN 12. This is what we know at this hour. A teen girl pregnant by a 40-year-old sex predator with a rap sheet. Right now, we don't know what state they could be in. We don't know where they're headed. And we know that he has a history of changing his car tags. Let's see that 2014 Buick one more time. It's a Buick LaCrosse. This is the actual vehicle the two are traveling in, unless he's changed it out. And I'd like to point out that this big loser is driving his mother's car. That's right. I did a search on this car, and it is actually registered to his mother. joining me an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now, but to explain how serious this is, joining me first is Shauna Burns out of North Carolina. This is the mother of a little girl named Haley Burns. Her daughter was also lured online by a much older sex predator when her daughter Haley had just turned 16. Shauna, what happened in Haley's case?
Crazy.
Haley did not recognize the danger in the situation that she was getting herself into when she was going to stay with a friend and ended up being held against her will for 399 days. And the person that took her was anything but a friend.
Good.
What exactly happened to Haley,
Tina.
Shauna?
He took her and put her in a room first and then ultimately kept her in a dog cage. He starved her, did horrible.
Guys, there are more of these predators out here than you realize. It's astounding that I was watching something the other day. A longtime doctor, an elderly doctor, they were going on vacation. FBI pulls them over, handcuffs the doctor, and he's like, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" And his wife and their daughter was like, "What? Why are y'all doing this like this?" This man, come to find out, he had child, you know what, on his phone, and he had been speaking to a young underage female who was depressed, and he was encouraging her to end it. And she did, right in the bathtub. So after she ended it, they found his IP address. The girl is laying there naked in a bathtub. Absolutely smiley. Be nosy as hell.
Horrible things to her, things I can't go into because they're too graphic. But the worst things that you could imagine, those are what he did to my child.
With me is a broken-hearted mother, Shauna Burns, joining us out of North Carolina. Her little girl, Haley, just 16, was abducted by a man, a predator, a sex predator that she met online. And to make matters worse, Shauna Burns, isn't it true that Haley met her kidnapper and rapist in a chat room where he was targeting young girls with eating disorders?
Yes. He preyed on a lot of women in that chat room.
How long did he have your daughter?
399 days.
And during that time, we did our best to help find Haley. And when she was found, how much weight had she lost, Shauna?
She weighed about 86 to 87 pounds when she came back. And she was I cook every night. I cook every single night. So my kid was a healthy weight when she left. And she came back skin and bones. And one of the hardest things was having to reintroduce food to her.
Hey there, you're listening to State of Survival Radio.
1 second. Let me fix it so we don't have any ads.
Urgent and license plate.
1 second.
what happened to her daughter after she met a sex predator online. Same thing here. This girl, now pregnant by the predator, has been kidnapped. Straight out to Alexis Tereszchuk joining us, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. I want to go through what happened when Sophia goes missing. Listen.
Sunday night, Sophia says her usual goodnights and turns in around 9 p.m. Monday morning, around 8 a.m., Sophia's sister...
I don't know why, but when I see Sophia's face, I want to cry. I don't know, there's something... You know, like when you see like a timid animal and, you know, they've been abused and they're like scared. When I see her, that's exactly what I feel. It's just this feeling that I get. Like she's, yes, very vulnerable, sad, alone. She clearly just wants someone to love her, you know, see her, hear her. But, you know, when you're 16, you just want attention from anyone who will give it to you. Right? There's these perverts that are out here that really take advantage of this. Ugh, it's terrible. I hope she's found safe. God, I pray.
Spots Gary Day's black Buick idling a block down the street. While she calls police, a family member goes to check on Sophia and finds her room empty. The family reviews surveillance footage, and at 7:48 a.m., the camera catches Day walking up the driveway, then running up to the home. The Franklins immediately report Sophia missing.
Be on the lookout for this sex predator, a 40-year-old male traveling in a tooth.
And, you know, that's another thing, right? Astro from space. Please, always, your loved ones, always tell them that they can come to you and speak to you no matter what, without hesitation. Without hesitation, they can speak to you. That is so important, because I know a lot of us growing up felt like we couldn't maybe speak to our parents about certain things or whatever. I think it is critical that our loved ones can know that they can come to us and speak to us about anything, any place, anytime, anywhere, or any situation.
2014 Buick LaCrosse. He has changed license plates. He started off with an Arkansas plate, B brother, R red 20L Lucy. Repeat, BBR20L. We believe, based on intelligence we have received, he is now
February 2nd.
using a Pennsylvania plate, KGW 5186, but is known to change plates. Alexis, let's go back to that Sunday evening when Sophia said goodnight to her family and goes to bed. What happened then?
A regular Sunday night, cold winter night. She goes to sleep. It's 9 o'clock. You know, nothing unusual. Her parents did nothing was unusual that night. They wake up in the next morning. They go into her room. She is not there. Everybody panics. Her sister notices about a blood.
Brenda, you're absolutely right. Some of these kids have been through more than we have been through, and you think that's unimaginable, right? Shit, if you've been on the earth 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 years. But I'm telling you, some of these kids have been through it. Unbelievable.
Block away from the house, there is a car that she thinks is very suspicious. So they go back, sister's not in the house, they search the house, they look around the house. Her dad pulls up their security footage, whether, they have cameras outside the house, and they see a man outside their house kind of running towards their backyard on their security footage that morning. They instantly are terrified for her, and they call 911 and report her missing. And she is only 16 years old.
Brian, it just turned 16. Brian Fitzgibbons joining me, Director Operations,
Yes,
USPA Nationwide Security. He leads a team of investigators specializing in locating missing people. Brian, this guy had the whole thing planned. And by the way, he has a rap sheet. He is a sex predator. This guy was idling. The sister, Sophia's sister, noticed a black Buick LaCrosse engine running about a block away from the home. When they pull up that morning's video, as Alexis Tereszchuk was describing, around 7-ish that morning, they see Day, the perp, walking up to the home. As he nears the home, he starts running toward the back of the home. The fact that he was lying in wait is very disturbing, Fitzgibbons.
Absolutely, Nancy. And that leads me to believe that he was in communication with Sophia prior to this pickup. We also know that he had an ankle monitoring bracelet that he had removed or allowed to the battery to die that day, earlier that day, within 24 hours.
Put up, Fitzgibbons. Brian, when I hear ankle monitor, my blood boils, okay? Why? Because people disable them and trick them all the time. All the time. We hear about a discarded or cut off or disabled ankle monitor, yet we still continue to do it. And now,
I think they should put a chip in your foot or something like that until you're off probation. That way you can't, still use the ankle monitor, but also have the chip or something in it. That way they got to be right beside each other. You ain't taking your foot off, mother chicken. Yeah, you can have it taken out once. Honestly, listen, if you are a predator, you need a chip in your set. Like, they need to chip those mother chickens. Not even like for good. For good, because there is no rehabilitating. You cannot rehabilitate a RSO. That's why we have the offender list. They are incapable. What do you do? Oh, thank you so much, Lakeside, my love. That's very generous. Thank you, babies. Thank you so much, my love. Really do appreciate that. Thank you, love. Thank you, sweetie. What? And yeah, the thing is like I don't know, like they have been, it seems like the court now, like the people they should be strict on, they just let them out. And the people that, or they go to jail for a non-violent crime, they just stand them in there. They're in there for umpteen years. It's like, if it's not a violent crime, I don't think, I think we should be less on violent crime non-violent crime, and on the violent crime, that's where we need to keep these mother chickens in jail, right? I understand DRUGS and all of that, right? But I mean, I don't what I don't understand is someone being in jail for 40 or 50 years because of drugs. I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of money. You know what? I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, people who's really out, but you can make the argument as well, they're hurting people too. I understand that, but it just never, it's just a failed system. It really is. I just don't think if it's a violent crime, you should be in there for 60 years for some drugs. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Sophia is gone, pregnant. Can I tell you, Brian, how many cases just like this end in a shootout, end badly, when the sex predator realizes he's cornered, he's caught, he takes himself and the little girl down with him?
Absolutely. This is an extremely perilous time for Sophia, especially with Day being desperate enough to remove his ankle monitor.
I'm very surprised, and I'm going to get off ankle monitor because it's got bigger fish to fry, Brian, but I'm very surprised when he removed his ankle monitor, it did not send some immediate alert to the monitor supervisor. Wouldn't that have happened? I mean, once you see the monitor doesn't move for a period of time, and when it is taken off, it should send a disabling frequency to the monitor.
In this case, I believe it did, Nancy. Within 48 hours, you can see in court documents that his probation officer was already filing paperwork to that effect. So authorities in Arkansas definitely knew that he removed it.
Stop. 48 hours. 48 hours. Brian, you and I know the stats backwards and forwards. The first 3 days, really the first 24 hours are crucial. 48 hours, you might as well say 48 days as far as I'm concerned. Just think about it, Brian. 60 mph, hour after hour after hour. They are on the run. 48 hours? Seriously? That's what you've got for me?
Yeah,
I mean, you can be anywhere in the continental United States or out of the continental United States in 48 hours. Right? I mean, you can be from one end of the country to the next by that point. So, everyone is looking for this car right now. They've got bolos out everywhere. But, at this point, they may just be laying very, very low. And that car could be ditched. It could be hid. He could try to carjack another vehicle, steal another one. You just don't know. Second time star. He's gotten 2 teenagers pregnant. And he's already been in jail before. This makes my blood boil.
Radius gets bigger and bigger as you're saying. 48 hours is a massive amount of time here.
Can we talk about Brian Fitzgibbons very quickly before I tell you who this guy really is that has a 16-year-old, just turned 16, pregnant, we think 3 months pregnant?
You would, it makes me wonder, because this is his mom's car, Grammy. This is his mom's car. So I'm wondering, does he have his mom's Did mom give him money? Did family give him money? Did he get, money before he left? I'm sure, paying in all cash, because otherwise they would find him pretty much instantly.
Pregnant,
barely 16.
By him.
Just turned 16.
And they're on the run. Can we talk about the vehicle? Because I believe that's the best possibility, the best chance we've got of finding Sophia alive. Okay. Tell me what you know about this black Buick LaCrosse, and what's the possibility of a navigation nav system in this?
So these 2014 Buick LaCrosse are equipped with an IntelliLink navigation system. Now, the important piece here is that the IntelliLink, the brain behind it that communicates to both cellular and satellite data, is driven by OnStar.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Now, I know that the Secret Service will do this. I know the FBI can do this. I don't know why, because they can, if you have a navigation system, but you can also turn them off with as simple as a Google search. And I'm wondering, I'm sure you can even turn off the OnStar, with something unplugged or a wire cut.
That OnStar module, whether or not Day has an active subscription, can be located with a court order. So OnStar
Brian,
is able to track that.
Pause. See, not everybody knows what you're talking about. But when you said court order, let me tell everybody, and I have SiriusXM and others can be forced to hand over their tracking information, including nav systems. We just saw this in the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial, where his nav system and his Suburban told us everything we needed to know about the time he gunned down his wife Maggie and son Paul, and then took off to hide out at mommy's house. Really, you could even see when he opened the door to leave the crime scene, when he
I mean, just think of this. I know, especially back when people had, women got married younger, they had children younger and all that, but we're in a different world today. Let's say Sophia his daughter will be hold on. Let's say Sophia will be 66. Her daughter will be 55. Like they would both be senior citizens. That's how close it is. Right? Having a child at the age of 16. That's crazy. That's just crazy. I cannot imagine. I mean, I know there's a lot, people still have kids young. I could not imagine. Could not imagine having a child at 16. Wow.
on, put it in drive, took off. When he lowered the window on the passenger side to throw out his wife's cell phone, then let the window back up and took off. It's very advanced, but that was in a brand new
Your mom had you when you was 14, Ruru. My grandmother had her first child at 16. So, and it wasn't much, they were, between the oldest out of all of her kids, and shit. It just, I just can't imagine. But it happens. It does happen. That's That's got to be a very unique experience.
Bourbon. This is a 2014 Buick LaCrosse, and you said IntelliLink. What? How old is IntelliLink? And isn't it true they have to be updated in order to remain current? What is IntelliLink, and how does that help me find this vehicle?
So IntelliLink is effectively the interface that the driver is going to use to connect their phone, to use navigation systems. And just like you said, those maps would need to be updated. Now, driver behavior.
DC, like, and that's the thing now, older parents or older people can, 45 isn't old, but it's, some people are just starting to start their families now at that age. But it's, it's different than it is now. It just, and to be honest with you, I don't think kids are as mature up here. They just don't know the world. You know what I mean? They come from, like, when you and I grew up, we wasn't born with the internet, right? We didn't have the internet. I tell my kids, well, what do you mean you didn't have the internet? Like, you guys, you didn't have the internet? You know what I mean? And now it's such a part of our society, our daily world, but like, they just do some of the ditziest things. Kids now, it's like, do you not process it? Yeah, I think that's some of it as well. Yeah, ask him to use a rotary phone. I need to ask my kids that. Hey, how do you do this rotary phone? How do you show me how you dial it? And remember that instead of the beep beep beep, do you remember the pulse, with the phones?
Nowadays, not many people are actually using the navigation system on the dash. That being said, the IntelliLink system is driven by the GPS that OnStar is communicating out to the satellite or cellular networks to give that vehicle a brain, for lack of a better term.
Sophia Franklin's online chat with an unknown man makes Sophia's family's worst nightmare a reality. Where is Sophie?
This girl just turned 16 and is already 3 to 4 months pregnant by this predator. That's right. And you know what? For those of you just joining us, I want you to hear again about who is this 40-year-old perv. Listen.
It's not a good dude. He targets young females, uses the internet. As you see, he's traveled to Wisconsin and back once.
Gary Day, 40, lives in Cabot, Arkansas, and has been divorced 4 times, most recently from...
We actually, ICU, she's been really digging on this. It's a very interesting case because there's a lot of layers to it, and we'll get to some of those layers as we learn about this. But we have been tracking him where he's been just in the last couple months, and he has been all over. This man has. So it's very interesting. He is a serial predator.
from the mother of his 2 sons, ages 3 and 4. Day is still serving probation for endangering the welfare of his oldest son and was recently charged with domestic battery against the child. Day is not permitted to leave the state of Arkansas without permission from his probation officer.
Well, he did. That was from our friends at News 3 Now, and we're learning more. Listen.
Law enforcement discovers the black Buick LaCrosse is registered to Day's mother and should have Arkansas plate number BBR20L. But 45 minutes later, the car is spotted heading south on Highway 151 near Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, with Pennsylvania plate number KGW5186. Police advise that Day may continue to switch license plates and believe he may be traveling back to Arkansas because his mother lives there, but cannot say that with complete certainty. Drivers in Illinois and Missouri are asked to keep a close eye out for the 2014 LaCrosse.
We do know that he's switching plates right now and putting different plates on the vehicle, which makes it a little bit more difficult for law enforcement, but we're still working through the logistics of that.
Our friends, News 3 Now. Guys, that is Beaver Dam Police Chief John Cruiser. Okay, let me make sense of what I'm hearing. Straight out to Dr. Bethany Marshall, renowned psychoanalyst, joining us from LA, author of Deal Breaker, and you can see her now on Peacock. Dr. Bethany, thank you for being with us. Dr. Bethany, okay, I might as well get comfortable for you to tell me everything that's going on up here right now, but just jumping out at me, he's 40. He's almost 41 years old, and he's driving his mommy's car. Let's just start with that.
I caught that too, Nancy. I mean, this is a guy, I think he's probably so prolifically involved in his perversion and his sex addiction and pursuing underage girls that he probably doesn't even, I know he has a job, he's an insurance home inspector, but I doubt he even functions very highly in society, Nancy. He probably...
Doesn't he have... Listen, they have a look. I swear they have a look. These predators. I don't know what it is, but they have a freaking look about them. I mean, not all of them, I guess, but a lot of them do. Like something's... They have a look. Should have kept him in prison. Yes. They do. Yes, home inspector. Yeah. Predator going in your freaking home, inspecting your home before you buy it. It's something. I've seen some on the news and I'm like, oh, they don't really have that look. But a lot of them have a look. And I know that sounds extraordinarily judgmental, but they do. They just really do. He looks like a janitor. Yes. Yes. It's something. I don't know what it is. It's just something I don't know.
Lives off his mother, and the fact that he has child abuse charges against his own son, and then he's gravitating towards minor women, tells me that this guy likes to have a lot of power over his victims. He's probably all syrupy and sweet when he meets these girls. He probably tries to alienate them from their parents. He probably tells them that he understands them, that nobody else understands them. But the minute Sophia disagrees with him, I'm sure this is one menacing individual. This is a guy who looks nice on the outside, but is very cruel deep down. And the idling in front of the house, I mean, that is so creepy to me, Nancy. His whole day is spent just canvassing for girls. I don't even know how he has time to do much else, because his whole perversion, his whole obsession.
He needs to be, in my opinion, he needs to be snipped. Chemically castrated, in my opinion. They do, so they cannot perform. And that has recently happened in the United States. It has started happening now. You can say, you know, and there's a valid point to this about freedoms, but this is the thing. If you're a predator, you might have freedom to go hanky panky all you want, but not with the child, and you are incapable of changing that. You're incapable. You cannot rehabilitate these people. This person has 2 teenagers pregnant, 1 child already, another one on the way, and he's been in jail. Oh, thank you, Amos. Good to see you, babe. Thank you so much. They all have center insert small beady black eyes, in my opinion. It's something I don't know. I don't know what it is. Now, for instance, serial unalivers, there is I've actually done an entire live on this, how many serial unalivers have very specific traits, physical traits. Whether it's your ear, it's called like I think it's called cauliflower ear or something like that. Maybe not cauliflower ear, but it's the way that the ear is shaped. It's the positioning between the eyes. Your something to do with like the roof of your mouth, all of that. And I'm telling you, they need to do a study on these people, because I'm telling you, they have a look, a lot of them. Now, again, does this go for all serial unalivers or all are, people? No, it doesn't. But there is something there. There's something there. Yes. Yes.
And is wrapped around this.
Speaking of, joining me is veteran trial lawyer, former
Thank you, Amos.
felony
Appreciate you,
prosecutor,
baby.
now defense attorney, Daryl Cohen, partner in Cohen, Cooper, Estep, and Allen. Daryl, thank you for being with us. Daryl, how many times in a bond forfeiture calendar, when somebody wouldn't show up for court, would say, oh, go to his mom's house, I'm sure he's hiding under the bed or in the closet right now? I mean, another thing, aside from his driving his mother's car, didn't his employer, I believe that he worked at an insurance company, correct me if I'm wrong, Alexis and Dr. Bethany, didn't they notice the big fat ankle monitor he was wearing? Why would you keep someone employed, not just with a police arrest, but with a conviction?
I would just want to show you this really, really briefly, but this is what I was talking about. There was in what year was it? There's 23 physical abnormalities in a study by Joel Norson, PhD. He has a book entitled Serial Killers, and 23 physical abnormalities that is common with serial unalivers. Bulbous fingertips. You know what bulbous fingertips are? Like they're kind of bigger on the ends and they're kind of rounded. You know what I mean? Electric wire hair that won't comb down. Very fine hair that is soon hoary after combing. Hair whirls, I guess it means like swirls. Large head circumference outside of the norm, 1.5 centimeters or less. The upper and lower eyelids join to the nose. That point to union is deeply covered and partially covered. So it's this part right here where your eyes and your nose meet. There might be like extra, it's like extra skin. It's like, how it normally goes in, it's kind of outwards. You can just see it. And let's see here. Larger than normal distance between tear ducts, or lower than normal distance between tear ducts. Low seated ears. The top point where the ear joins the head is lower than the corner of the eye. Okay, that's interesting. So, like, if your ear is down, like the top of your ear is down below your top of your eye. What else was it? Malformed ears, adherent earlobes, lower edge of ear is extended upward and backward toward the head of crown. Asymmetrical ears, very soft or very pliable ears. High steeped palate of your mouth, roof of your mouth, or the roof of the mouth is defined as steepled or flat and narrowed. Forward tongue with deep ridges. Speckled tongue. I don't know what that means. With either smooth or rough spots. Oh, maybe that's what it means. Like your tongue is smooth, but there's rough spots like patches and smooth spots. Curved fifth finger. It shows an example. Oh, I don't know if that's for, no, it's not for that one. Marked curve toward the other finger, or a slightly claw-like curve toward other fingers. Like, you know how, like, when some older people get arthritis and their fingers kind of curl, but it's like this one, if it's kind of like curved, right? Like curved. Third toe longer than the second toe or equivalent in length. Usually you see people, if they have a longer toe, it's the second toe. But these are like, I think the third toe longer than the second toe or equivalent in length. Partial webbing of the middle toes. Larger than normal gap between first and second toe. Teeth abnormalities. Abnormalities in skin texture. Norris claimed if 3 to 5 of these physical abnormalities are present, it's indicative of a genetic brain disorder. In studies, serial unalivers, Norris found many had suffered head trauma either from a child injury or accident, with high frequency of head trauma and advancing the changes of brain damage, thereby increasing the likelihood of violent behavior. So yeah, if you ever, I'll share this link with y'all if y'all want to read more on it. It's very interesting. I had to study this before, so I did a live on it a while back. So and it doesn't mean that like you have, just because you have one or two or any of those doesn't mean that you're a serial unaliver. This is just interesting. All right, Trishy.
Conviction and a big honking ankle monitor.
Nancy,
I don't
these
think
things happen. You have an ankle monitor because you're not a terrible criminal as far as the system is concerned. You have an ankle monitor because they don't want to incarcerate you. You have an ankle monitor so you can be tracked. They have an ankle monitor that shouldn't come off, that shouldn't lose its battery. But if and when it does, that's when the company that owns those ankle monitors should immediately notify law enforcement.
Okay, see, we all know what you did right there. I know you got your law degree, but is there a magician hiding deep inside your soul? Because I ask you this and you try to show me that. It's like pulling a different rabbit out of the hat. That's not what I asked for. You're talking about what a great person he is, and you're suddenly talking about it's the ankle monitors company's fault that they didn't catch him. Let's just hear who we're dealing with. Listen.
Gary and Grace Day bring their 4-year-old baby Carter to the emergency room with what they think is a broken leg. Doctors do not believe the parents' story that Carter's foot got caught in the sink drain during a bath, and also discover bruising on Carter's cheeks and ears. Arkansas DCFS gets involved in the case, and Gary Day claims he was not present when Carter sustained the injury, but admits it happened several days ago. Both parents are charged.
Nancy only gave it to me one time, and it didn't even make the cut when she said that. And I told you what she said, but it didn't even make the cut. So I was like, she was very nice to me. She was very, very nice to me.
With endangering the welfare of a minor for not seeking medical attention for the baby earlier.
Divorced
before Daryl Cohen, defense attorney, pipes in and tries to blame the baby for that, getting its foot caught in a drain. Joining me right now is special guest, Dr. Stacy Vaughn.
A 4-week or 4-month-old baby. It's coming out. It'll be out. I talked to them yesterday or something. But it will eventually be out. I just don't know when.
On a vice president of growth and prevention at childhelp.org. One of my favorite groups, childhelp.org. Dr. Stacy Vaughn, thank you for being with us. Did you hear that this incident occurred days before, and they are just bringing him to the emergency room with what they believe is a broken leg? The child has been suffering. It's only 4 months old with a potential broken leg. And they try to say his foot got caught in the sink drain during a bath. Wow. I wonder if his ear and his face got caught in the drain too, because they're covered in bruises. But guess what? They get to take the baby home.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with
Nancy,
people?
and that's so typical of what happens when children are brought into emergency rooms with a cover story, and we learn, through medical exams and tests that there are multiple injuries prior, but why this wasn't reported to DCFS in that state and why that child wasn't removed, I don't understand that.
And you know what, Dr. Stacy Vaughn, it didn't end there. Listen.
4 years later, Grace Day files a police report claiming her husband hurt Carter. Grace tells officers she found bruises on the 4-year-old's arm and shoulder, and Gary Day admitted he lost it when he found Carter climbing on a piece of furniture after he cleaned up a mess Carter made in the bathroom with toothpaste. Carter tells cops his dad sometimes turns into the Hulk and says this isn't the first time Day has hurt him.
Now, you guys see this picture? You guys see this picture right here? He looks totally different here. This is when he was in jail. I didn't even think it was the same person. Didn't even think it was the same person. Right? You see that? Look at that, right? See that right there? Now look at this. He looks different. Looks different. So, I mean, he looks so different. I didn't even think it was, I was like, are you sure it's the same person? It is.
Gary Day is charged with domestic battery, but the state does not have enough evidence to prove the case, and the charges are dismissed.
I do not understand that at all. Daryl Cohen, can you just take your defense hat off for just one moment and go back to your glory days when you were on the right side of the law? Really? They didn't have enough evidence? You've got a child with a pride.
I would hate to be a defense attorney. I mean, honestly, I would hate to be a defense attorney. I mean, knowing that everyone has the right to a fair trial, right? But knowing this mother chicken is guilty and you having to argue why you should not convict these people, like, it would be very hard.
Where he brought the child in with a potential broken leg. Now the same child is covered in bruises. The mom brings him in and they don't have enough evidence to go forward. Why?
Maybe Nancy, they felt like they had enough to push it, enough to have him arrested and to give him DA's time, let him be on probation, which really means I am waiting trial. Maybe they didn't feel that they could prove it was him who did it as opposed to mom. And maybe, just maybe, they were too lazy or didn't have enough forensic evidence to prove it was either one of them, and they didn't want to take the child away.
Okay, Daryl,
yes or no?
Do you have any facts supporting anything you just said, or are you just spinning it out like Rumpelstiltskin, right? You're spinning.
No facts. Just basic knowledge of the law.
Okay.
Basic knowledge of the way the system works, whether we like it or not.
Dr. Bethany Marshall, before Daryl can say something else, it's the same verse, second verse, same as the first. The child is brought in at 4 months. The child is covered in bruises with potential broken leg at 4 months with some cockamamie story that his foot got caught in the sink drain. The sink drain is about that big. Okay. But he's got a potentially broken leg. Then 4 years later, targeting the same child out of the family, the child is covered in bruises and the state doesn't go forward with it.
Everywhere
he walks away.
Everywhere.
And now Sophia is pregnant and missing with a known predator.
Bingo.
You know, Nancy, it made me wonder if he is impregnating women so that he can have access to children. I mean, the crime doesn't just stop with, predating on underage women. It's also impregnating them so he can have more children around him, so that he can abuse them and be cruel to them. You know, Nancy, we know of the 2 crimes against the 4-year-old. Where are all the other underage girls that he's probably predating upon too? This is just the tip of the iceberg, Nancy. This is Sophia, and this is a 4-year-old. There are other girls out there. There are other heartbroken parents who he's trying to alienate their daughters from them. This story is going to grow and spread. This guy has a lot of time on his hands to take advantage of children.
Please unspeak.
In Wisconsin.
Justice.
Trouble unfolds in Wisconsin when 16-year-old Sophia Franklin is lured from her home by an older man. Police plead for help in finding Sophia.
What is he talking about? An older man. It makes it sound like maybe he's 21. He's going on 41, and she has just turned 16, and she is at least 4 months pregnant. So he started statutorily raping her when she was 15. 15. Guys, there were so many red flags. Listen.
Days before her disappearance, Sophia's parents discover a strange Google account on her phone and give Beaver Dam PD permission to investigate it. They find disturbing messages between Sophia and Day. Day repeatedly threatens suicide, and Sophia attempts to console him, telling Day he needs to live for their daughter, who she has preemptively named Ava. Quote, "I know how much you wanted a girl, and I know how much you care for your children." Day simply responds, "Tell her I'm dead."
Okay, wait. Tell the unborn baby girl that the just turned 16-year-old little girl is carrying.
What?
He says, tell her I'm dead. Threats of suicide are common amongst child sex.
Yes. He said he was going to unalive himself if they couldn't see each other.
Predators. And here it is again. Joining me right now, a special guest, in addition to Dr. Bethany Marshall and Shauna Burns, Tanya Jordan joining us. She is the Chief Parent Officer at Bark Parental Controls, author of Parenting in a Tech World. The parents noticed strange Google accounts but couldn't break in. So they bring in the sheriff, and what they find is very distressing. It's not a new story, Tanya.
It's not a new story, Nancy. Unfortunately, so many children are being harmed by predators online in places and spaces that parents have no idea exist. So the reason that we know about the rate at which children are harmed online on places like Gmail, etc., is because at Bark, we help to protect over 7.4 million children across the nation. And just over the course of 2024, we analyzed almost 8 billion activities across places like Gmail, Google Docs, text, email, YouTube, over 30 apps. And children are being harmed and groomed in places that parents might think are perfectly safe.
Straight out to Shauna Burns joining us. Shauna's daughter, Haley, was lured online. She was missing approximately a year. She was kept in a cage, starved, sex abused, beaten. Shauna, before your daughter was kidnapped, her perp was lying about who he was and contacting her online, and you had no idea.
He had a leg.
No, we had absolutely no idea. It's exactly what your prosecutor friend was saying earlier. He presented it to her that we would never understand her. We would never be able to just accept her the way that she was, and that he could, and that he could help her with her anorexia, and that he could help her to get to her ideal weight, and that we were always going to want to put her in a hospital.
Her ideal weight. She's just a little girl. She doesn't need to be worried about her ideal weight. He preyed upon her, finding her in a chat room. She was actually, as I recall, using a computer at school. Isn't that right, Shauna?
Yep. Every bit of communication happened with them at school.
So you had no way of knowing. And in your mind, Haley was...
With that case, not this case, all of the communication happened at school. At school. That is unreal.
Perfectly fine. No indication that this was happening. Guys, same thing here with Sophia. Listen.
Sophia Franklin, 16, is raised in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, in a large, loving family. She's the second oldest of her 6 siblings, a proud golden beaver at Beaver Dam High, sings in choir, and attends church with her family at Bible Baptist every Sunday.
Alexis Tereszchuk joining me, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. This little girl, Sophia, who is now probably being held in some interstate motel with the car hidden somewhere.
Bingo.
And being brought an Egg McMuffin from McDonald's in exchange for statutory all day long. That's what's happening to her right now.
That's true. She has been missing. She was taken from her home. She is pregnant by this man who is, as you said, he's
Maddie Soto's choir teacher arrested.
almost 41 years old. This has been ongoing for months. Her parents have tried to stop this. They contacted the police immediately. They showed the police their phone. They said she is still talking to this predator.
Exactly.
Nothing is stopping him. Nothing. He has an ankle monitor. He is able to drive. He's able to go out in public. He is able to get to her. He's crossed state lines, violated every bit of probation, and still was able to get her. And she left her home. And she is not old enough to, according to law, to be able to be making these decisions on her own.
A missing teen girl, we believe, about 4 months pregnant by a known child predator. He has kidnapped her and they are on the run in a 2014 black Buick LaCrosse. Joining me an all-star panel, but let me just tell you, all the warnings were there and there's a backstory. Listen.
Gary Day is 4 years into a 6-year probation sentence and is used to surprise visits from his probation officer, but in December, the 40-year-old seems extremely nervous when the officer stops by.
Yeah.
The supervisor also catches a glimpse of a woman running out the back door. He immediately chases her down, and after an intense line of questioning, gets out that she is just 16 years old and from Wisconsin.
This is what happened. By the way, when you are on probation or parole, you are subject to surprise visits from probation or parole officers. That's what happened here. And the perp acted very nervous when the probation parole came to the door.
There is an Amber Alert. Lakeside, there is an Amber Alert, yes.
And then a little girl runs out the back. Who? Sophia. Listen.
When they went to check on him, somebody ran out the back door. And that turned out to be a 16-year-old female from Wisconsin.
Sophia Franklin is removed from Day's home and taken for a medical examination while authorities contact her family. Her parents are shocked and horrified to learn their daughter has been with a predator, and even more appalled.
They go to check this RSO. Sophia's running out the door. Yes, an Amber Alert in Wisconsin and Arkansas, but they could be anywhere. Sophia runs out the door. This is previous.
To learn she's pregnant. Sophia is returned to Wisconsin as quickly as possible, and her parents take every step possible to protect her from Day and help their daughter heal.
That from our friends at CBS Chicago. Alexis Tereszchuk joining us, crimeonline.com. Alexis,
I agree,
how did she end up in his home before the kidnap?
They started talking to each other online. She then convinced her parents that she wanted to go stay with a friend. It was summertime. She wanted to go visit and stay with this friend. So they said, okay, they believed she was going to stay with this friend. In the meantime, he had been telling her that he was going to come get her. He did. He came and got her. She went and stayed at his house. He crossed state lines to get her. He took her back to Arkansas from Wisconsin, and that's where she was staying. And her friend was helping her lie to her parents. They were all lying and saying that she was with a friend. Nobody knew that she was with this old man predator.
Oh, my stars. Dr. Bethany Marshall. One little week or two sleep away during the summer turns into this. And when his parole probation officer.
Mom should have talked to the friend's parents That's a mistake.
Knocks on the door. They see a girl running out the back. It's her. He has.
But also, I don't think you suspect your 16-year-old of running off with, a predator, coming from, the bottom part of the United States, all the way up.
Been targeting her and statutorily raping her for so long. That's how she got pregnant.
He was grooming her. He was alienating her from her parents. He was making her feel special and unique and desirable and understood in ways that she imagines nobody else can. He made her feel that the family going to the Baptist church was sort of all wrong and a perverse kind of life, and that the life he could offer her was great. Little does she know, he's driving his mother's car. He probably has no money, nothing to offer her. He's a pervert. He's abusive. He doesn't even treat his own children kindly. He probably has other girls he's grooming. So when she ages out, he can move on to the next victim, Nancy, because that's what they do. They only victimize for a certain period of time until the control slips. Then they lose interest in the victim and they go on to another one. It's not like stalkers who stay in love with the victim maybe for years at a time. These predators only want the children as long as they can have power over them and alienate them from the parents. And then when that power slips, Nancy, they are not interested anymore.
That's what I'm worried about. When she wakes up in that roadside motel and realizes she wants to go home, he's already threatened to commit suicide. What will happen then? To Tanya Jordan joining us, Chief Parent Office at BART Parental Controls, author of Parenting in a Tech World. To Tanya, it's always lies. And these predators actually target the child online. They find things out about them like, oh, she goes to Bible Baptist Church. Oh, she plays soccer. Oh, she goes to Beaver Dam High School. They find out things by looking up the child's profile online. Then they start befriending the child. Oh, I play soccer too. Oh, I was a Beaver. My cousin goes to that high school. Oh, she graduated last year. You probably don't know her. Blah, blah, blah. And they start spinning the tale to Tanya.
Nancy, it is so important for every parent and every caregiver to realize that there's over 500,000 predators online at any given time.
Did they say 5 months? That's no. No. That's wrong. Does she have a lot of brothers and sisters, I wonder, siblings? That is fishy. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm really trying to. She left in June, found in December, not reported missing. She's the oldest sibling. Something. I'm really trying not to be judgmental to the parents, and I've really tried to be understanding, but there's just no way. There's no way. Nearly 6 months, half of a year? That's not a summertime. That's summer, fall, and beginning of winter. How could you not know where the hell your kid was for 6 months. Now, they might have just been calling and thought that she was still at the friend's house. That's the only thing I can think of. But still, like, you need to know where your
time that we know of, and that's according to the FBI. So please don't think not my child. It's not a matter of if, but when they are going to encounter somebody trying to message them online to groom them, befriend them, and worse. And that's why we've got to have these conversations proactively. Please don't think not my kid.
There's a very famous quote that says, if that is the law, then the law is an ass. Truer words were never spoken. Listen to this.
I mean, you know what, Linda, that if the girl felt unwanted or unseen, right? Unseen at home, then she was an easy target. I mean, you know, if your mom and dad don't, you know, you just tell them that you're going somewhere and you're 16 years old and it's 6 months later. I mean, I'm sorry, but I would definitely think she definitely feels unwanted or unseen, unheard. That is a great point. Yes. Trump one, I agree. Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, law enforcement has a hard time holding Day accountable. The age of consent in Arkansas is 16, so Day has not committed a chargeable sex crime. Day is charged with violating his probation, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and interfering with custody. The Franklins push for more serious charges in Wisconsin, but for now are only able to obtain a no-contact order with Day.
It's an antiquated law, rule. We're going to work on changing that. I'm going to work with some of our legislators and we'll reach out to them and let them know that that's something we probably should change, especially with all the trafficking and the issues that we have.
Probably should change. Okay,
Exactly,
that's the
Nancy.
Arkansas Sheriff John Steele, and that's from our friends at 5 News. An antiquated law, Daryl Cohen, an antiquated law, that, you know what that says to me? It's been around so long, you should know you have to fix it. But nobody's done anything, and now Sophia is with a 41, soon to be 41-year-old predator in some motel, getting statutorily in exchange for an Egg McMuffin. That's what's happening.
And see, in Arkansas, it is not statutorily, whether we like it or not, and I don't. She has the right as a 16-year-old to engage in sex as long as it's voluntary. Other states,
in Arkansas, but wait a minute. In Wisconsin, the age of consent is 18. I believe they started having sex relations, if you can call it that, when she's 15, because she's 16 and 4 months pregnant. But that said, so you're telling me it's okay for him to go and get her out of Wisconsin, where the age of consent is 18, take her across state lines to Arkansas, and that's okay?
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying the law
it sounds like
does not prevent
it. Listen, I understand that there's like, okay, 16, whatever, but I don't think like a 4-year, there needs to be like an age difference. Like Arkansas and a lot of other states needs to change that, right? Maybe like 20, 16 to 20, like that. But I'm a 40-year-old man does not need to be with a 16-year-old. I don't care how you cut it, or even if it is the law. Right. She can consent to sex, but she can't vote. Yeah. Right, Starflower. It's not a 20-year-old boy. 40-year-old man. There needs to be, right? Like, 16 years old, 16-year-olds do what some 16-year-olds do. But, and, they're, want to be with a 19 or 20-year-old. Like, yeah, but 40, no. And he's a predator. Like, he has done this multiple times.
Well, it sounds like I am, but I'm not. I'm saying the law says
you're going to get it.
She can engage voluntarily in sex in Arkansas when she is 16 or older.
Okay. Let me rephrase my question. Isn't it a felony to take a minor across state lines for the purposes of sex? Think Jared Fogle, the subway guy. Does that jog your recollection regarding the black and white letter of the law, Daryl Cohen?
That's true.
Do I like what happened? No. The Mann Act is the Mann Act. That is a
she did not ask if you like
federal law. Did he violate?
Okay, you know what?
Likely he did.
If I held you over a fire with your toes dangling in the flames, you would never admit what he did is a crime. Okay, let's deal with reality. Brian Fitzgibbons, I'm never going to get the right answer out of Daryl Cohen. I completely understand that. That's why I win so many cases. Can we talk about how we're going to find her?
At this point, Nancy, we've got to be looking at, number one, can we track the vehicle? If that's impossible, we have to start looking at cell phones. Where is Gary Day getting money to survive at this point? Those are the three top issues that I would be looking at. It's number one, the vehicle tracking. Number two, cell phone tracking. And then the third spot would be, how is he staying alive here? How are they eating? Where are they staying? Where is he getting funding?
Well, I can guarantee you this, Fitzgibbons, they ain't at the Ritz. If you know or think you know,
they've got to be getting, an Egg McMuffin somewhere. That's crazy. This is absolutely crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Wow. Follow the money. If it's cash, that's the problem. You know what I mean? That's too pink. Yep, currently on probation. There it is. At 16, she needs a lot of care, in my opinion. Yeah, well, she needs prenatal care. She needs to be going to the doctor. This is a child having a child. You know what I mean? He's holding a son begging for money. You think so? I don't know if he would want to stand out. Oh, guess what? Will work for Egg McMuffin. Of course you will. Of course you will. So guess what? We pulled his background, right? And we got his pings and all that. He has the longest background of any that I have ever seen. Guess how many pages his background is? Guess. 132 pages. I have never seen anybody with 132 pages on a background. Gary Francis Day. It's just incredible. Criminal. Let's see here. Let me look. Let's see how many, what interference with custody, revocation of probation felony, 9/19/23, 12/11/24, 12/11/24. It says Act 570. I don't know what that is. Independence County. It doesn't say what that's for. Battery in the second degree, 9/1/23. Class C felony, 8/30/23, happened on 7/6/23. Domestic battery, second degree, Lanoke Circuit. Sorry. Did I say that right? Lanoke. Can't remember if I said that right. Endangering the welfare of a minor, first degree. This was in September 15th, 2019. I guess that's when he got his endangering the welfare of a minor, first degree. Contempt of court. So he must have been a jerk in court. I've been muted for fucking 5 minutes. And I just unmuted it and it muted it again. I don't know why it's doing that. Thank you, Linda. My lips look good though. Thanks, Gigi. Thanks. You've been telling me for 5 minutes while I've been on another screen. It's been a long time since I've done that though. Why does it do that though? I was giving you his criminal history. Yeah, I was on the rap sheet. I was lip reading. I made your monster sound. Oh my God. All right. So I was talking about the 132 pages. I'm going to read them quickly because I got another live planned. For Sebastian, talking about Sebastian. Interference with custody, which is going on now. Revocation of probation felony, which is what they're charging him with now. Battery, second degree. Class C felony in 2023, endangering the welfare of a minor in 2019. That's what he went to jail for then. Endangering the welfare of a minor again. Court docket contempt of court in 2017, which means he was being unruly in court, I guess. Contempt of court again 2017. Failure to appear in 2016. He pled not guilty. He wrote a hot check, meaning a worthless check, in 2016 in Arkansas for over $1,000. Wrote another hot check for over $1,000 in 2015. Driving while intoxicated, 2016. No liability of insurance, 2016. Careless and prohibited driving, 2016. Failure to appear on Class C misdemeanor, 2016. 2016, leaving scene of an accident involving property damage. Careless and prohibited driving, 2016. No liability insurance, 2016. Failure to maintain and require inspection sticker, 2015. Operating motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, 2015. He's got charges in so many different states. This Kentucky, Indiana, Arkansas, Illinois. Driving vehicle without tags, no liability insurance, going 15 to 20 miles an hour over. Exceeded 65 miles per hour in 2009. That is Pennsylvania. 2006, no seatbelt, which those aren't really nothing, but no liability of insurance again. Oh, wow. He has animal abuse. He's got animal abuse. Of course he does. Holy shit. From 2008 to 2025, guess how many times it says he has moved? Guess how many times it says he's moved? And this is just what, it picks up. $45 times. I've never seen anyone like that. Austin, Arkansas. So many different places in Arkansas. Paris, Arkansas. Cabot, is that how you pronounce it? Sulphur Rock, New Hampshire, Washington, New York, Arkansas, again, Indiana. Oh, wow. He lived in Moscow, Idaho. That's very interesting. In 2012, 2011, and 2012, 2013, and then again in 2016. Indiana, Idaho, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Arkansas, South Carolina, Texas, again, Arkansas, Washington, South Carolina, Connecticut, El Paso. Oh. Sorry. I take that back. Something's wrong here. This is sorry, I said 45. There's at least 80. At least 80 different locations, I think. This is unbelievable. So, Austin, Arkansas. That's incredible. I've never seen so many. There's a he's such a pedo. He is such a pedo, guys. It's terrible. Just never seen anything like this. He had a Dodge Charger. Hyundai Sonata. It's probably his mom's. Just crazy, man. I have never seen anything like this in my life. Hold on. Okay, guys. We're getting a warning here. So, a severe weather warning, flood warning as well. I need to make you posters. All right, I'm going to end it here. I'll be back here in just a little bit. The weather's terrible. If you are in lower areas, please be careful. Please be very careful. I'm going to push it, my live out. It's I'll do it 8:30 Eastern. As long as everything's good, we'll be here. It should be okay though, as long as I don't lose electric. I know, I see you. I've never gotten one of these. It must be really bad. I've never gotten one. That's weird. Justin, I posted a warning. Don't know if you saw it. About what? You know how like the radar is like green and red and all that, and there's like the pink and the purple. We're right in the pink and the purple right now. Tornadoes. Yeah, it's getting really bad. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Loves. Thank you, guys. Prayers to anyone getting bad weather right now. It's bad.